people that we like. We want to look at what people are doing. These are actually forming social norms, right? So if that person is doing something and he's a part of my community, and if it is giving him something good, then I need to do it as well. And I know I can do it because I saw him do it. That's the whole concept of social interaction. That Facebook is so popular just not because of the pictures that you get to see of your friends. It is also about the social norms that your community is forming. Because you know that he liked this restaurant, so it should be good. So I have to probably check it out. A very funny example is even the iPhone apps, which are tip calculators. So we are also looking for somebody else for validation that, oh, okay, so these people are giving like this much tip. It means that maybe I should give this much tip as well. So that's the social interaction element. So the next, request 3. Which of the following is not an intrinsic motivator? It's an easy one. Okay? And actually the answer is on the paper as well. So let's reward. So it's good. Did anyone reach level 2? You did? Level 2 is 30 points. Is your score 30?
No.
Did anyone hit 30? Okay. So you lost the opportunity. You did? Okay. Then you earn the cruiser badge. So give me a big round of applause. So just put a star on the cruiser.
Oops.
Okay. So the next thing what we're going to talk about is why are games engaging? Right? So actually we just talked about it less. Because they are intrinsically motivating. As we discussed, games provide us that autonomy, mastery, social interaction, progress, and purpose. Maybe I might be wrong in this thinking, but while I was making this deck, I was thinking about it. Why are children more motivated to play games? And something started telling me in my head, because as human beings, we are always under some supervision, right, from our parents, teachers, and then bosses at work. And maybe we don't have that autonomy that we want in our lives, and games are providing that autonomy, and that's why children are more motivated to play these games than actually do something else that we want them to do. That's something that I'm not certain yet, but I would like you to think about. So, games. So those are two of my favorite games, by the way. I do play games, and there's no shame in admitting that. So, those two are some of my interesting games, and I based this presentation, took a lot of stuff from these games to explain to you guys the concepts of gamification. So games, the whole purpose of games is entertainment, right? And making a game which is engaging and entertaining is very, very hard. And you can talk to a lot of failed game studios in San Francisco, and they can tell you all about how hard it is to create a game which is engaging and entertaining. Gamification is not entertainment. So there is a big myth that when somebody says gamification, I said, oh, it's a game. That company is doing a game. No, they're not doing a game. What they are doing is actually they are taking a business goal or a business problem, and they are applying game mechanics around it to achieve customer loyalty or customer engagement. That is gamification. Gamification is applying game mechanics around a business goal, and all these companies have implemented one or other form of gamification in their respective businesses, right from education, entertainment, and technology. We'll talk about some of the actual use cases in the deck in the coming slides. So what I did was, I told about something called game mechanics. So what I did is I mapped the game mechanics and the intrinsic motivators that each of these game mechanics actually amplify in the overall experience. So on the column, first column is all the game mechanics, and then the respective other columns are all intrinsic motivators. So there are all the check marks that talks about which intrinsic motivators those game mechanics actually amplify. Fast feedback. We would like, as I mentioned, fast feedback on our actions. If I do something, I need to know what happens. If it's good, it reinforces my tactics or strategy, and I'll continue doing that. If it is bad, I will learn what my mistake was, and then I will immediately rectify it. So that's important in a game design. Transparency. I need to know exactly where I stand in a game. So that's why if you see a game, there's an individual profile page which actually tells you where you stand with respect to others, what weapons you have, or what activities that you can perform. So there is complete transparency in a game. I can exactly know where I stand with respect to my peers or with respect to the game. Goals, there are certain goals that we all want to achieve, and there should be a clear definition of what those goals are. The badges are like a, it's a status symbol in the community, the game community, right? I will talk about it in detail. Leveling up is like, again, it's like the amount of time that you spend in the game is a representation of the leveling up. So if you are at level 75 in a World of Warcraft, it means that you have spent so much time in that game, and that is giving some sort of reputation or status for you in the society, in that the game society, right? So onboarding is, again, it's like a tutorial for how to get started with the game. Competition, I compete with your friends. Collaboration, I work with my friends to achieve something. Community, I know exactly what my community does, and my community knows exactly what I do. And points are like a numeric factor that tells me how the progress that I'm making towards my goal. So, I would like you to take a look at this table and tell me if there is something that is, well, something that pops up.
Looking at the economy and every single piece of the game count.
That's correct. And you earn a badge, which is the Good Eye badge for that. So you can put a star on the Good Eye. If anybody else also spotted it, put a star.
What was it?
Repeat the answer.
Answer, autonomy, sorry. So autonomy is the something that you see is everywhere. So that is the fundamental intrinsic motivation factor, as I mentioned, and every game mechanic touches that motivation factor.
Leveling up.
Yeah, leveling up, actually that's another good observation. So you got a Good Eye badge as well. So I didn't actually spot it. So leveling up looks like it touches all the intrinsic motivation factors. So, and autonomy is for every gamification element, and leveling up is actually touching every single element. So Amit gets a Good Eye badge as well. Okay, as I said, let's quickly go through this. So fast feedback, as I mentioned, it's immediate feedback, transparency. So this is something that I want to talk if you are into game design, or like if you're trying to develop something at work which includes gamification. Usually fast feedback is in the form of a pop-up box or a notification that comes up immediately when you do an action. Transparency, as I mentioned, this is World of Warcraft. You see exactly what weapons you have, or what materials you have, where you stand, what your, what do they call the mana or the health and things like that. So it is every bit of information on that gray screen, which is pretty much transparent on where you are and what you do. Goals, as I mentioned, every goal needs to have a definition. It needs to tell us how much time I have to accomplish that goal and what reward I would get for accomplishing that goal. Badges. A badge is an indicator of a specific accomplishment or conquest of a specific task or skill. This is an interesting concept. So a badge, as I mentioned, let's say if I get a level 3 mastery badge in Farmville for harvesting eggplants, does it really matter to people outside Farmville? It's a piece of crap, that badge. But for people who are in that community, it's a huge thing. They know how much time it takes for them to get to that level. They understand, they appreciate the time and effort. The same thing in real life too. If you are in a part of a Boy Scouts and you get a cow badge, People who are not in a Boy Scouts don't really care what that means. But for people who are in that Boy Scouts community, they know that guy has really spent significant amount of time on farms, learning animal science and things like that to achieve that badge. So badge, actually, it's a status symbol for people in that confined space. So leveling up, as I mentioned, leveling up is another concept to it. Like, game is a big thing. The same thing, workplace, Excel. If you think about it, we work for a whole year, and our rewarding systems are probably 6 months, or after 1 year they get feedback, and there is a cycle behind it. But leveling up, what it does, it gives you small wins throughout the overall experience. So if I level up, now already somebody leveled up from 1 to 2, you're getting those small wins. It gives you some sort of motivation to continue playing that game, or motivated to pursue what you're trying to do. So leveling up, that's one thing. Another thing with level up is that as you level up, you unlock rewards or unlock abilities or unlock new things that you didn't have access to before. Same thing with today's gamification, right? At level 1 you get 1 raffle, at level 2 you're getting 2. So you're unlocking new things as you level up. That's very important when you design a game. As I mentioned, onboarding, like if you play in any game today, there is a tutorial that helps you understand what that game is all about. Without that, there is a huge risk of losing customers and demotivating them. Even with as simple as a game like Farmville, where it's all about growing vegetables and harvesting it, if I am thrown on that field with just a pile of dirt, I will not be able to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and I'm most likely to drop out of that game rather than continuing it. So same thing, if you are designing a gamification aspect at work, it's very important to onboard your customers in the right way until they gain that mastery to venture on their own. Competition, again, I need to know exactly how I compete with my friends, and leaderboards come to mind whenever